For decades, the skies above and the worlds beyond have carried mysteries that science cannot fully explain. From strange objects caught on NASA's cameras to unexplained crashes witnessed by entire towns, these stories blur the line between reality and speculation. Were they secret military experiments, natural phenomena misinterpreted, or could they be evidence of something far more extraordinary: encounters with advanced civilizations? In this script, we'll explore some of the most fascinating UFO sightings, bizarre lunar and Martian anomalies, and mysterious crashes that continue to spark debate to this day. The Black Knight Satellite. The Black Knight Satellite is one of the most mysterious objects linked to space. Its story begins in 1899, when Nikola Tesla, while experimenting with radio equipment in Colorado, detected strange signals that seemed to come from space rather than the atmosphere. Later, other inventors and engineers, including a Norwegian named Jørgen Haus, reported picking up unusual long-delayed echoes, radio signals that returned with unexplained delays. In 1973, Scottish researcher Duncan Lunan even claimed to have decoded a hidden star map within these signals, pointing toward the Epsilon Buddhist star system. The mystery deepened in 1998 when astronauts on NASA's STS-88 mission photographed a dark, oddly shaped object orbiting Earth. NASA dismissed it as a lost thermal blanket, but many believe it could be evidence of something more. Some theorists suggest the Black Knight is an ancient alien satellite or a time capsule from a lost civilization, silently orbiting Earth to this day. Apollo 16 UFO. During NASA's fifth successful mission to the Moon, Apollo 16, astronauts John Young, Thomas Mattingly, and Charles Duke captured something unusual on film. On their way back to Earth, they recorded a short 4-second clip using a 16mm camera aimed out of the command module window. The footage appeared to show a flying saucer-like object hovering above the lunar surface, with the classic UFO shape seen in science fiction movies. Unlike blurry lights, this object looked clear and distinct, sparking speculation. NASA later offered official explanations, but they never fully convinced the public. To make matters more mysterious, the footage eventually became harder to find online, fueling conspiracy theories that the astronauts may have witnessed something truly extraordinary. The Mars Doorway. In May 2022, NASA's Curiosity rover sent back an image from Mars that stunned many viewers. The photo showed what looked like a sharp rectangular doorway carved into the rocky Martian surface. The door appeared to be about a foot tall, resembling an entrance at an ancient archaeological site here on Earth. This sparked immediate speculation about whether it was evidence of an ancient alien civilization that once lived on Mars. However, scientists explained it as a natural formation caused by differential erosion, where softer rock erodes faster than harder material, or possibly from a Mars quake splitting the rock in that way. Despite these explanations, the image remains strikingly uncanny, leaving many to wonder whether Mars still hides traces of a forgotten past. The Mars Sculpture. One of the strangest images captured by NASA's Mars Opportunity rover shows a rock formation that looks uncannily like a statue. When compared side by side with a Neo-Assyrian attendant god statue displayed in the British Museum, the resemblance is almost identical. This similarity has led some to wonder whether it's just a natural rock or the remains of something left behind by an ancient civilization. Could Martians have once visited Earth and influenced human art, or perhaps the other way around, humans carving figures inspired by alien visitors? Of course, skeptics argue it's nothing more than a random rock that happens to look familiar, but the eerie likeness continues to fuel debate about life beyond Earth. The Castle. Among the Apollo mission photos of the Moon, one image in particular has long stirred speculation: the so-called castle. This photograph appears to show 3 vertical columns supporting a tower-like shape that looks far from a natural rock formation. Even more puzzling, The structure seems to reflect light differently from the surrounding surface, giving it an almost artificial appearance. For many UFO enthusiasts, this was the picture that first planted the idea of alien-built structures on the moon. NASA, however, has never officially confirmed anything unusual, often attributing such anomalies to camera glitches, film defects, or pareidolia, the human tendency to see patterns where none exist. Still, the castle remains one of the most intriguing lunar mysteries, Zeeman Crater Formation. On the far side of the moon lies the mysterious Zeeman Crater, where some researchers claim unusual formations suggest more than just natural geology. UFO enthusiast Scott Waring has spent years analyzing lunar images, pointing out structures that appear too sharp and geometric to be random rocks. He even claims that some of these shapes mysteriously vanish from later scans on Google Moon, as if they were edited out after being noticed. One of his most talked about finds is a formation in Zeeman Crater that he believes could be an entrance to an underground base. This possibility raises endless questions. Is it alien, a secret human installation, or simply an illusion created by light and shadow? The craft. Another anomaly flagged by Scott Waring can be found between Von Karman and Davidson craters on the moon. At first glance, it seems like just another unusual rock, but Waring insists it resembles a futuristic spacecraft. He described it as looking like something from the Transformers movies, with smooth curves, bulges, and shapes that almost appear designed. What especially caught his attention was its shiny surface, reflecting light differently than the surrounding terrain, suggesting it might be metallic. He even speculated that the object could still be intact and possibly salvageable for space travel. While many dismiss this as pure speculation, the structure does carry a strikingly sci-fi look when zoomed in. The Calvine UFO. One of the most mysterious UFO sightings in history occurred in August 1990 near Calvine, Scotland. Two men spotted a large diamond-shaped craft hovering silently above the moors. They managed to capture several photographs before it suddenly shot straight up into the sky and vanished. The men turned the photos over to the Ministry of Defense, but the images never reached the public, and the originals disappeared. For decades, the case faded into obscurity until journalist David Clark rediscovered a surviving print from retired RAF officer Craig Lindsay. Once restored and authenticated, the photo was hailed as one of the clearest UFO images ever taken. Whether it shows an alien craft or a secret military experiment remains unknown, but its disappearance from official records adds to the enduring mystery. The Kecksburg Incident. On the 9th of December, 1965, thousands of people across 6 U.S. states and parts of Canada reported seeing a massive fireball streaking across the sky before it crashed near Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Locals described blue smoke rising through the trees and even felt vibrations in the ground. Officially, authorities claimed it was a meteor, but eyewitnesses insisted they saw a large acorn-shaped object, about the size of a small car, partially buried in the dirt. Some even claimed it was marked with strange symbols resembling hieroglyphs. Before anyone could investigate further, the military sealed off the area, removed the object, and denied its existence. To this day, theories range from a fallen Soviet satellite to a secret U.S. military experiment, or perhaps something extraterrestrial.